Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Smitty Snippets. Why do I still have that on? I appreciate y'all spending your Tuesday night with me. As you can see, the basement is back together, so you know, no more bad shows. I'd like to introduce the crew. My lovely sister, and Casanova. Say hi to the lovely people.
Hey
Hello,
guys.
lovely people.
That's it.
The
That's it.
basement looks
So
good, Smitty.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. If y'all didn't know, my basement was underwater last week. Last week, literally underwater. So for it to be even up and running right now is remarkable. It's amazing. So, all right. So what we got, man? What we got? What we got going on?
Um, people, people. We're gonna
What
start this.
about people?
We are gonna start this episode with a PSA, and I'm going to say that I hope it does not, and it's not applicable to any of our viewers. I'm hoping that it's not applicable to any of our viewers because
I don't give a damn if it do.
our viewers are awesome. No, our viewers are so I know this is not for them, but Smitty, all I'm going to say, and then I'll kick it to you, and then we'll talk. But damn it, people, if you're going to go to a movie, get your shit together for one feature film, for the length of one feature film, please.
Amen.
Smitty,
Amen.
go ahead. Smitty, go ahead.
No. You go ahead and finish yours because when I go, I'm not gonna stop, right? Because this gonna be a message, not just to. This is not gonna be just a message to people watching. This is a message for the world. Okay, because all of you need to hear this shit. All of you.
I'm hoping it's not.
Chris, just tell them what happened to you.
Well, other than the genius that decided to go smoking in the damn bathroom theater that caused the fire alarm to go off during.
That's what happened.
That's what we heard while we were outside with the fire department. I am just going to say, it was three of us. It was me, mom, and our aunt. And we went to a 7:30 showtime. Now, you don't have to be a parent to know that 8 p.m., your 2 or 3-year-old is not going to survive the remainder of the evening. It's not a thing. Okay. So there was a 2 or 3-year-old that sat in front of us, and mom and dad brought like the iPad and some other light up thing, which is completely distracting to those that were sitting immediately around them. Now, for me, it wasn't distracting until the child would not shut the hell up. Okay. I get that you might not have someone to watch the kid or whatever. I get it. I'm a parent. Y'all want to have date night? That's fine. Y'all go to an earlier damn feature, earlier showing. Don't go to a 7:30 showing knowing that your baby's not going to make it after 8 o'clock. Okay. Because I missed a good 30 minutes of the plot going on throughout the movie until I politely said, can y'all please excuse yourselves? At that point, the movie theater opened up. Some guy said, this isn't a daycare. Somebody else said, take your kid to bleep home. Your aunt even made a comment. So it's just ridiculous. I mean, y'all can have some courtesy society. Get it together. What the hell? And then really quick, Smitty, I'm sorry. There was some other
Take your time. Take your time. Let it go. Let it all go.
Boy, I call him a little boy. I don't know if he was in his teens or into his 20s, but he kept getting up throughout the course of the movie, and he was heavily jumping down the steps, like boom, 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 down the steps, climbing over the wall. I don't know what has happened. And again, he was good and grown, okay, enough to know better. So, y'all, you're out to a movie. Get it together.
That's what I told her, Saggy. I would have told her to go find an usher too. I wouldn't have had none of that.
God.
So, I had a similar situation. Okay, and listen. I'm not gonna be as nice as her at all. I'm not gonna be nowhere near as nice. I don't understand what possesses you or what makes you think that your wild ass offspring can bring their ass to a movie theater and run back and forth, have relay races in this quiet ass room, huh? Everybody watching movies and they just zoom, 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 zoom. I thought that there was an emergency. Okay, and then I thought like a kid had to pee, right? But they were just as loud, just talking. Hey, what do you want to play with blocks? You want to play with blocks next? Just loud and wrong, right? And you got grandma and mom and dad sitting down front, just
You stupid.
they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. You know what your kids is? These kids. Oh my God, these kids were playing under under the screen. They were playing under the screen. Right? Sitting down, jumping up and down, playing under the screen. Who does that? Who brings their kids to the movies and thinks that this is acceptable? Listen, I'm just telling you, I'm telling you for your own safety. I'm telling you for your own safety. Don't bring your 3-year old to the movies. Okay? They're not gonna sit through a 3-hour movie. They're not gonna do it. Right? And I'm not gonna have it. Okay, I will walk down front from now on. I'm walking down front. I'm coming to get them. Right, because I paid
No.
$21. $21. I'm coming to get him. Me and the usher. Him right there. Right there, sir. He's the culprit. He's the one making all the noise. I want my money back, and I'm watching the rest of this movie. I'm just saying, stop bringing your kids to movies like this, man. You got to know better. You know your kid ain't gonna sit there for the whole thing.
Exactly. 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 It's
I could not
ridiculous.
believe. I couldn't believe that they were just running and high fiving and cartwheeling and shit. And nobody was telling them nothing. 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 I just. Oh my God.
I'm
All right.
well, when I went, I was completely resigned to the fact that the last 4 times I'd gone to a movie, you literally had like one couple. It was always just one couple, and they always ended up sitting behind me, having a full blown conversation for the duration of the film that had nothing to do. Like they came to the movie theater to have a conversation about nothing that had to do with the movie. So I was resigned to that fact. What happened this weekend? I don't know what is going on, but people, please get it together, man.
Yeah.
My
It
God.
sounds
Yep.
like to me that y'all as a brother and sister is just bad luck for movies. So let me know when y'all going so I can go to the opposite shows because maybe that'll just help me out and
Oh,
keep me
okay.
safe. Because I don't know, it's like I haven't had that terrible experience. Like the worst thing that I remember is going to see one of the more recent Alien movies and somebody coming in there with their like 3-year-old or something like that, and I was like, oh no, this is not going to be a good time for that child. And the kid was quiet because they was terrified, but
You st-
it was like
I'm
in
well.
that way it worked out for me. But other than that, I've been
And
lucky
You
and
so
were with me
far. But
when with one of the last movies when there was a couple behind us, or no, they were down front talking throughout the duration of the movie. Talking about,
yeah,
yeah,
I
come on,
tuned that
sit
out.
down here, it's fine.
Yeah, I tuned that out.
I
so there was
was
a lady. There was a lady sitting next to me, right? And
mm-hmm.
she was trying to be quiet. Lady, open your bag. Just open it. One failed swoop. Just open the goddamn bag. She was like,
I had that too. Yep, and you hear crackle, crackle, yep. Yep.
Ugh.
and I'm just looking over.
She's
Hey,
trying to
just
be
do it. Just do it. We don't care anymore. Just open the goddamn. We hear you. We all hear you.
at least she's trying to be thoughtful.
No, just do it. You're making it worse. You're making it worse. Anyway,
Gosh. All
moving
right, yeah.
on.
Yeah, let's move on. People, we just please ask that y'all have some consideration for your fellow moviegoers. All right. Um, Wheel of Time. If anybody happens to watch the show, I was watching it at one point and kind of gave up on it. Amazon has announced they chose to cancel the series after 3 seasons. The show dropped out of Nielsen's top 10 originals chart after the first 3 weeks of season 3, however, managed to stay on the list for the first 2 full seasons. Fans are upset at the show's cancellation, saying season 3 was the best yet to hit their TVs. As I said, I watched the first 2 seasons. I watched season 1, which I thought was really good. I watched a portion of, well, no, I watched season 2, which was really hard to get through, and I started season 3 and I couldn't finish it. So Casanova, had you watched Wheel of Time at all?
Nah,
No.
nah. Like I hadn't watched it. It's like I was. curious about it, but not curious enough to check it out early enough.
Mhm.
With part of the cancellation might have been my fault. So for as long as it's on Amazon, I may go to it now and like within the next couple of weeks or something, and might start checking it out if I'm looking for something to watch. But initially, the trailers and stuff didn't grab me. Plus, with it looked too similar to Lord of the Rings, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And it's
Well,
like
it
between
is,
that
yeah.
and Rings of Power, and then it's like even Rings of Power. I think I still got 2 episodes left of the second season of that, and it's just like, all right, I need to eventually get through that. But it's like I don't know what it was. I don't know whether I was just fantasied out at the time or what the deal was. But unfortunately, I didn't watch it. It's sad to hear it's gone, but I guess it's kind of a mix of it might have been too many expensive shows for Amazon to be running, and now they're just going to funnel that money into Rings of Power. But it's like for the
You
fans of the
still
show,
doing
it's like
that?
I think. Well, I don't think that.
I don't know. I haven't seen that they canceled Rings of Power yet.
No,
So
Rings of Power. I think is good, right?
No.
Yeah, it is. I think so. But
No.
my point is, like, I think this kind of
Hell no.
dovetails into what we talked about last week,
Mm-mm.
where the show was good enough that it stayed in Nielsen's top 10 for the first 2 seasons, for the full run of the season. And because it dropped out of the top 10 this season, and they have a solid fan base, they decided to cancel it. Like, do you not stick with a show at all anymore? Does no network choose to stick with any show at all
I
anymore?
mean, it depends on the ratings, man. If nobody's watching the damn thing, they can keep putting money out.
But my point is, it had solid ratings the first 2 seasons.
Ah.
It
Ah.
what? It only
Did it?
dropped. You didn't hear at all what I said. Yes, it had solid ratings. Jeez.
Listen, I wanted to watch it as well, right? And I tried to watch it. I tried, right? And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I was either falling asleep or just falling asleep. It was just I couldn't stay awake watching that show. It just got boring. Now, to its credit, it looked like it has gotten better, so I may go back to it. But the first season was like I can't do it.
It's canceled.
It was just too
So
strong.
you're going back to nothing.
Well, like if you end up watching it and you see those 3 seasons or whatever it is, and you're the fan of it, like somebody said in the chat, there's like 86 books that it's based on, so you can go and start reading.
Thank you,
First
Ren.
of all, what is happening, Ren? What is going on, Ren?
Amazing.
No, listen. Stop. Stop. I'm about to tell you why it ain't.
Really good.
No.
Yes.
No.
When him and his wife and they were trying to find an additional opening to get out from.
I'm just going to give you a for instance as to why Rings of Power is bad. Did you finish it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember who's the dude? I guess it's the Black Elf.
Yeah,
Black Elf.
The military dude, yeah.
With the arrows, right? They stabbed his ass. Not once, twice. With a sword. Okay. With a sword. They stabbed him twice. Right? He died.
Elvin.
No, I don't know what that means. And 15 minutes later, he shows up. He ready to fight. He jumps. He's created an ambush. Right? He jumps off and he's swinging swords. He's doing all this other stuff. No, sir. No. You are opened up from the rooter to the tutor. Okay, you got holes in you. All right, all this is split open. All this.
Because wasn't he fighting for? Wasn't the little boy the son of the woman that he was in love with? Didn't she die? I think she died.
None of that matters. You got a sword in your chest, ma'am. You have a sword in your chest. Okay, nothing else matters. You heard that song? Nothing really matters. That's it. Nothing matters. You got a hole in you, and it's deep. Okay, it's a wrap. It's done. So I couldn't believe that they just went from him being stabbed twice by a sword, and him falling to his knees to jumping off a caravan ready to ambush somebody like he ain't even been touched, like he ain't so much as have a splinter. right? So no, I was like, oh, and everybody said the same thing. It was like, wait a minute, wait a damn minute. This man was messed up, right? They didn't even show him going to the hospital or nothing. They didn't show him so much as getting a band-aid, nothing. He was just ready to go. So no, that show sucks.
No, it's good. And Dennis Wright always coming for me. Yes, I like race. Leave me alone. Dang. Oh,
Prince
yes.
Power's
No,
good.
it is good. Yes, it is good. All right.
I wish I could talk about that show again. God, that show was so bad.
What show? Rings of Power. You can talk about it. It's your show.
All right, last thing, and then we'll go to then we'll go
To
to
the
Mission
movie.
Impossible and some more of
Yeah.
the news, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the smartest guy in the entire show, right? The guy who was tricked into making the rings, I forget what his name was, right? He waited for the bad guy to come back in the room, and he was like, "Look, watch this. You see that light right there? It hasn't melted all day, and that mouse, he's been doing the same thing all day." No
Right.
shit. He's the guy you talking to did it. The guy that's talking to you did it. I just can't believe you're the smartest person here. I can't believe it. I'm gonna have to put out a flyer. We got to find somebody else because it ain't you. It's not you, sir. So no. Anyway, that's my tangent. I'm
Okay.
going on. You
I
you go do
mean,
your thing.
well, you already said we're gonna slide right on into Mission Impossible. So I don't know. Go ahead, Smitty. Go ahead and take it. You know, we all know that you went and watched it and had a bunch of children running down front. So
Most amazing movie, probably. I ain't gonna say that, but it was amazing. It's a fantastic end to an amazing run of a series. I could not believe what I was watching. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
mm-hmm.
It was absolutely crazy. So if you have not seen it yet, I suggest you do so because this movie was insane. Y'all go before I get into it. Y'all go ahead and what y'all think of it?
Go ahead, Casanova.
Well, I had a peaceful experience as I watched this movie. I didn't have any children running up and
Can't
down the
stand
aisles
you.
or any fires or anything else. But it was really good. That was like I enjoyed it. Like of the 8 movies that they had in the series, it would probably be maybe my second favorite of them. But I feel like they ended it. They did a good job with ending it. It was like the action set pieces they had were good. Like there wasn't like even with the stuff on the submarine where it's like it could have felt like they was on there for like an hour. I was fine with all of that stuff. It was like it was a good job to him and everybody that was involved in it. So like if this was the end and he's not doing any more, like if this was the end for Tom Cruise and he's not doing any more, but the other folks like Palm Clementif and Simon Pegg or they're going to be coming back as the other team. It's like I'm all for that. I have no problems with that at all. So it was like kudos to them. It's like we can definitely get into the story like after. But yeah, it was like as you know, this movie, like say starting off some of the summer stuff, it was like, yeah, it was a good start. It was a good start to the summer.
Um, I'm just gonna quickly comment on Dennis Wright's talking about best movie since since Webb. You gotta come on now. You gotta be joking. Like, right? We're here joking, right?
Dennis,
Hell, before we go
please
on,
tell me you hated
before we go
me
any,
because I want
before
to
we go
hear
any
it. I
further,
know why.
before we go any further, I want to give a shout out to Saggy Star who has gifted us $5. Saggy, thank you. She wants to know. She said She said, "Okay, I got a question, and I'm broke. Sorry, it's not more Saggy. You ain't gotta give us nothing.
Oh,
You know what I'm
Saggy,
saying?
thank you.
You just hanging out with us is enough. I appreciate you."
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, what is the
Amazing.
demographic of the movie theaters y'all be going to?
Well,
Uh,
well,
Go ahead.
the ones that, well, no, the ones that we go to are mainly Caucasian. There are some African Americans.
Yep.
However,
Now ask me who was
well, I
doing
was
the
about to
thing.
say, so the little boy jumping up and down the steps was Caucasian. The baby was African American, or I'll say a child of color. I don't know. And yours down front was Smitty?
Um,
Be-
they was us. It was us. I can't even hold you. It was us. I mean, it was embarrassing and shit. It was us. It was us. You know.
Saggy, I only go to gentrified shit.
Ah, I
you
was like,
stupid.
no, please don't be.
I
I was
go to
like, please,
gentrified.
yep. I was like, it's us. It had to be you, didn't it, lady? Yep, it had to be.
Showing out.
Fine. It's fine.
Listen, listen. I enjoyed from what I could hear of the damn movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was. I
That movie was loud as hell. The fact that you couldn't hear
It
it
wasn't.
was
It wasn't that part. The little girl was crying and screaming and wailing and all that
that's what I
jazz
mean.
when they
That's what
were.
I mean. It's like that movie was loud as hell. The fact that you couldn't that kid was that loud is
Well,
bananas.
she was also
That's
right in
what I
front of
mean.
us. Yeah, yeah, she was
All
right in
right.
front of us. But that aside, I thought it was good. I will say for me, it was the best of all of their installments. And I am not a huge Tom Cruise fan, sorry. Um, but I think this was a well done movie. There was actually supposed to be a second ending to the movie, which during when they were getting ready to actually shoot it, Tom Cruise was like, nah, scratch it. Like, I don't want to do it anymore. When they were going through the remainder of the movie. And I think that was a good call because what else could you add to it? Right? Like his scene where he walked away at the end made it seem like potentially like you were saying, like you guys were saying earlier, that he could always come back and do like a quick hit, like maybe act like he's just going to pass off on some important advice for someone else that may pick up the mantle. But I thought it was well done. I thought it was really well done. So I will give it is applause.
I I liked it because they went all out, right? It wasn't
Mhm.
just a regular mission that anybody could do. Like the some of the stuff that he did in this movie was just absolutely insane.
Mhm.
Insane. And I enjoyed how everything came down to him, right? The entire world seemed to hinge on him completing his
Mhm.
mission,
Mhm.
which I really, really liked. I liked watching all these people have to depend on him. Um, what's his name?
Hold on. While you figure that out, Nina, don't talk to the screen, sweetie. Don't talk to
Yeah,
the
I was gonna tell her that. I was gonna tell her that, Nina, you can't
Wait,
don't
do
do that.
that.
Nina's a screen talker?
Yes.
You
It was
can't be
like
No,
doing that, Nina.
Nina.
Huh?
No.
it depends on the movie. It was like it depended on the movie. I go to movies with Nina to see what she thought, what she's saying.
Mm-mm.
It was like,
No.
especially if I had seen it already and she ain't seen it yet. It was like I might have to go with her
No.
to the movie
Go
to see
ahead, Smitty. Go
see what
ahead.
she's saying.
The mission was impossible, Dennis. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but this, like it, I think that's what endeared me to it most,
Mhm.
and a lot of the callbacks in it. Some people said it were
Mhm.
too much or too many. I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot.
I
There
think
will
if
be
you're doing your
spoilers.
bow, like if you're doing your final bow, as far as like the series, I don't think it was too much. I think how they did it was well done.
Right. So, for those of you who've
Definitely
seen
good.
it, or
They
for those of you who, for those of you who haven't seen it, the guy in the very first movie where Tom Cruise breaks in and he has to like stay off the floor and he drops his knife on the desk in that room that's completely white. So they bring him back. He's back in it. They actually go to the to the station in Alaska where he's been the entire time, and he ends up helping them. So it was cool to see him again.
yeah, that was
Um,
definitely a great callback because I wasn't expecting that.
Me
yeah.
either.
What did y'all think about the callbacks?
That was a good one because I was
Mhm.
definitely not expecting that. Um, the way that they filmed a lot of the stuff and like they talked about, they would talk about something and kind of do a flashback to the scene and then come back forward. It was like I did like that. It's like I was fine
Mhm.
with it. It was like I think some people that saw the movie and said they didn't like it, it was like because it wasn't a straight line for some of the stuff and they kind of just jumped back and forth to some stuff. Like I think they were just disoriented by it and it's like I can't follow this and I was like get out, we don't need you here.
I
So it
don't
was like,
think
but it was good. It was like I think it was cool, like and like Smitty said, for the last installment they went all out, and I feel like a lot of times that's what you have to do. For a last installment of something in this type of vein, No Time to Die is still my favorite. But it's like Mission Impossible did a really good job and came close to, came really close to that bar that I have set for that stuff now.
I personally, I don't think. Again, I don't think the flashbacks or whatever were ill timed or improperly placed. I think whoever thought that out did it well, and I don't think it was too many. But I will tell you, this movie reminded me a lot of I don't know what year this movie came out. I think it was in the 80s. War Games. Y'all remember that movie?
Yeah, I remember War Games.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
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 But
Yeah.
that's
It's old as hell.
right. But that's
It's
what
old as hell.
But when I was sitting there and I was watching this, especially when he had that interaction with the entity, and it was saying it's already written, and it was like showing the missiles and all that jazz. Like it really like it pulled me back into that moment where the AI or whatever, and in that movie was saying basically it's going to launch all the missiles and all that jazz. Like it really made me think of that movie. I don't know. I guess it wasn't a callback for you guys. And y'all
No,
older than me.
it wasn't called back to that. This thing was doing it on purpose. That in that movie, the AI thought it was playing a game. It was just trying to win a game.
Right.
But so, I mean, you're right. Maybe some of the callbacks were warranted. I enjoyed them. I'm just saying, a lot of people they were like, "Oh, it's too many." I'm being honest. I don't know how Tom Cruise is still alive. Some of the stunts he did in this are absolutely just bananas, like just stupid. Like there'd be no way if you came to me like Smitty, listen, we need you to get up in a plane. We gonna flip and toss that bad boy. We just need you to hang on. We're not gonna give you a parachute or string. You cool? What? No. What? Absolutely not. But that's what this man did. I don't know how he did that or how they were able to complete some of these scenes that they did, but it I don't.
Did you see
I don't understand.
Did you see his face?
Yeah.
All flat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So did you cry? Did y'all cry?
No, Smitty. No. What is wrong with you?
Yes, you did.
No,
You
first of all, I was too angry at the kid.
Yeah.
Where did you shed
Where
a tear?
did you cry at?
I mean, y'all didn't tear up or nothing.
Where did you cry? Smitty?
No.
When Luther died.
No. You knew he was gonna die.
Y'all some cold hearted man. Y'all cold, man.
You knew
Y'all cold. Luther been with
Mission
Mission Impossible.
No, he was suffering from cancer. He was going to die one way or another, and he wanted to pretty much. He was fine with the way that he passed away because he was not in the bed sickly. He's doing something. What's wrong with you?
I mean, that's not the same, though. You know, that's not the same. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get what you're saying. Like he was dying or whatever, but he blew up. You know, he blew up.
He got squished. Yeah.
It didn't bother you none. Like it didn't affect you none. Like you didn't like nothing. You didn't get one of them? Nothing?
That was around the time that the fire alarm went off in my movie theater. So
the little speech he gave, he was like, "It's okay, brother. I'm good with this." Like and Tom trying to get to him. Tom trying to get to him through the cage. Yeah. None of that. That didn't affect you at all. You were just like, want some of that popcorn.
Hold on. I'm not
That's
saying that.
pretty much what I was doing. I was eating the popcorn like, all right, well, he's dead.
Wow.
I'm not saying no. It was because yes, he was trying to like a rabbit dog or something. He was trying to make his way in. But what he was telling him is even if you get in, it doesn't matter. Someone
I
has
know.
so
Go ahead.
so you might as well not even like I appreciate it. But remember, we do this for those who don't know us or whatever that line is. Those who we don't see or whatever.
First of all, it's we live and die in the shadows for those we love and those we
Those
never
we
meet.
don't that one. Those we don't see. We never meet. Whatever. So
You don't care about nothing. You don't care about nothing. You don't pay attention.
I
You
pay
just
attention.
blow everything off.
I pay
Everything.
attention. Listen, the AI said it's already written, which made me think of what's your father's favorite show?
What is this game show shit you're doing
What
right
is
now?
your
I don't know.
Ancient Aliens, where they talk about some kind of record where everything that's going to ever happen is already written. That's what made me think of that too.
I mean,
I
but
pay
they
attention.
said that they said it in the last movie.
Right, but they said it multiple times in this one. I was like, huh. All right. And I paid attention because I know war games. Listen, I don't know who y'all think y'all got on the show.
But it wasn't
War
because
games are Mission Impossible.
it wasn't because Tom Cruise won. So that wasn't written.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It was written.
Yeah.
And he told
It
Chickadee
wasn't written in
to
ink.
make sure she stays off of the ice or whatever. Now I was waiting for that one to happen.
Actually, at the end of the movie, I don't know if you were paying attention. They said nobody's future's written. It is what you. Actually, that's what Luther's his farewell was saying.
Yeah.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard it. Yes.
Nobody's future's written. Your life is what you make of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
That didn't even get nothing. Not even a twin. Nothing.
No.
Nothing. You ain't
No.
nothing out of
I
it.
ain't cried.
Nope.
Look,
Okay.
I watched Brian's song. I ain't never cried. Saw Titanic. I was waiting for just all right, that's a
Brian's
wrap.
song.
Leo, you going? It was like I ain't cried at the end of Endgame.
But you
Ain't no
cried
reason made me cry.
on the Notebook.
Notebook. I ain't never seen it. I cried because people were saying it was good. And I was sad for the world. People said this movie is good. But other than that, it was like I ain't give a damn.
Whatever.
It was like somebody spiral notebook. They jotting down notes, and it's like, hey, let's make a movie out of this. Somebody's diary. It was like, all right. And it was like, and all y'all fawning over yourself. The Notebook, it's so great. Isn't it romantic? No. It was like, that's enough. Humanity is dead.
Brian's song. Are you serious?
Yeah, it was like some friends of mine was like, "Oh, Brian's song is so sad."
It's like every dude cried on that one.
It
was like, yeah, it was like I watched it. I was like, there was like, what the hell is this? It's like Lando Calrissian and friggin' Corleone over here. It's like I don't care about them. It was like, all right,
this is stupid. He says favorite show is design.
Hold on, I
favorite show is designing women.
I have to respond to Saggy Star. She's asking me if I remember Strawberry Shortcake. Yes, I remember that toy. I had one.
Nope. I remember them having to make me play with you too, because I didn't want to play none of that shit. Your sisters don't have any friends. Just go play. Anyway, back to back to Mission Impossible.
Movie, yes, Lord. No.
So
go ahead.
So I'm probably gonna go watch this like 8 or 9 more times because I really enjoyed it that much. Right, and it's not even so much what he was doing; it's the interactions for me. It's the people who were looking at him and depended on him. Once again, like Milchek from Severance, and the military or the female Navy captain or Navy officer who
she's looking for him because he ain't bring his suit back. So
no, she's not. He's talking. No, he's
no,
talking about the chick off
the officer,
Lasso.
not the the chick from Ted Lasso. So I really like that she was looking forward to she didn't. It was like they believed in him, but they needed to believe in him, but they didn't know him, right? So to them he's just some guy, but he's trying to make this happen because he has to save. He has to save all these people, and you see the president, and she's trying to console everyone else, even though she's dealing with the fact that she might lose her son. Yeah. So the fact that everybody was dependent on him, and he comes through was incredible. Kittredge, to me, should be put in prison. I don't. How many times has Kittredge turned his back on Ethan? How many times? How many movies? Every time he has not believed in him one time.
Well, but in this case, you don't think it was proper for him to question whether or not he'd be able to complete? I mean, this timeline was hold on. The timeline was ridiculous. The depths that he had to go to get the computer bit that he needed.
Yeah, we gonna get into that in a second.
For him to then turn around and have to come back up, and the way that he came back up, and already know that he would need a decompression chamber, and for them to then be in the exact spot that he needed at the exact time, like they laid it out during the movie. I think I'm almost reiterating word for word what they said. You don't think that this would be like is actually Mission Impossible?
No, it was like he'd been wrong like 8 times already. It was like, 7, 8 times he was wrong every time. It was like, oh, he can't do this. We need to lock Ethan up. And then Ethan's like, oh, here you go. And he was like, oh, damn. It was like, oh, Ethan, oh, he can't stay. He ain't gonna be doing this. All right, here you go. World's saved again. Damn. After a while, it's like, get the benefit of the doubt. It's like you gonna still just go up and it's like, no, I need to go ahead and get this because he can't do it. But like you've been wrong so many times, you just need to be fired. It was like you need to do something else. You'd be running a 7-Eleven or something. It was like, no. It was like that guy should have just sat down and just like, I've been wrong every time. You wrong this time again. What you gonna do? Now you're gonna just go pick on somebody else. Well, Ethan's not here, and then they're gonna save the world again. Now, here you go. And he's like, throw up my hands. Call it a day. Just leave it the fuck alone.
So Dennis says, I like.
Just sit down.
Dennis says, I like how Kittredge talks. I was gonna say the exact same thing. He talks like Mr. Smith from the Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
It's very slow and drawn out and very, very on purpose. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Would make
This
like
war
each
is going to cost you dearly. And I'm just like, yeah. Give me some more Kittredge. Really like Kittredge, man. Even though he doesn't look like he has aged a single day since the first movie. He looks exactly the same. Not a hair out of place. He looks exactly the same.
He's got a good beauty routine. What do you want from the man? Before I say anything else, Smitty, go ahead and what else did you think of the you said you were going to talk about the underwater scene.
Yeah, that was bullshit. Yep, that was absolute bullshit.
Speak on that a little bit more.
So the part where he has the bends and they put him in the decompression chamber, that's absolutely real. But if you think back, right, he was already underwater. Okay, he was on a sub. When he dropped off that bad boy, it took him like 5 minutes to get to the ledge, right? Then when he found the sub, when he got inside the sub,
they told him it would take him 19 minutes just to get to the sub. After
he got in the sub and got whatever he needed to get, the damn sub fell off the cliff. And did you see it? And it took him a minute too, because it like grabbed him, and then it grabbed his air, and it was yanking him to the bottom of the ocean, and you're just like, there's no way. There's no way. And then he takes off the mask, and I'm like, you're done. You're done. That's it. Roll credits. That's the end of Mission Impossible. There ain't no way you getting out of this. There ain't no way you getting out of this. And then they show him swimming. First of all, no. Right? This water is frigid, like ice, cold. Right? You'd be dead in less than a minute. Less than a minute.
Well, he became acclimated to it while he was still inside the submarine.
No, there's no acclimating to that. Okay, you're not a seal. It's not a seal. Okay, he's not a seal. You ain't acclimating to that. All right. Okay. He has to make up all that ground he just lost from that sub going down. He has to get back to the ledge. and then he got to get from the ledge back to the surface.
Right.
And he was almost at the surface when he lost breath. No sir, no sir, no
It wasn't that
sir,
he lost
no sir.
breath. I thought it was the bends got him, or a combination
No.
of the two.
So he froze, and he was able to be resuscitated because of the temperature of the water, which is a real thing that actually happened to a diver. A movie about that just came out. A diver was who's 300 feet below the surface, and his oxygen got cut, and he was down there 30 minutes without oxygen.
Okay, but my
And
point was that I think he started to cramp and all this jazz and bend over because he had the bends, not just
yes,
because. Yeah, well, that's what I said. And you said
when he
no.
stopped moving, though, when he stopped moving,
Well,
that wasn't the bands. That was death. That was death, right? That's what that was. So, I mean, y'all, let me know what stood out to you as far as this movie. Like, what
What stood
parts
out
of
to
the movie
me
did you
was
love, and what did you like? What did you be like? What parts of the movie were you like, that's a bit much?
well, it was like what was a bit much was definitely that submarine scene because it's like you would have figured somebody would have told him, "Hey, when you go in and you start letting water in here, this submarine might roll a little bit if it's
change,
precarious and not
right?
laying on something flat." So he just opening up hatches and then it's rolling and he's just like look of surprise on his face, like they ain't tell you that it was going to roll. So like the submarine stuff, it's like I put it, I checked that box for action movie logic, and it was just going to be fine. It was like if he would have died under that water, I would have laughed, but it was like I knew that wasn't going to happen. So that was that. Something else that stood out to me is Haley Atwell looked younger in this movie than she did
Mm-hmm.
in Captain America or Agent Carter and some of the other stuff she had done. So with her and Delroy Lindo and Rick Pitino, I'm gonna say they the celebrity vampires, and somebody needs to look into that because there ain't no way. It's like there ain't no way. It's like she looked like I was shocked. I was like at first I was like, why does she look so damn young? I don't know what's going on. So good for her. Good for all of the other actors that seem to not be aging, but at the same time, somebody need to look into that. What else? It was
I
like,
felt
how they was getting those big ass bombs in places with nobody noticing was something for me too. It's like he just like Luther is already in bed, and it's like they kind of got a little area staked out for them, and then the bad guy just gets that giant bomb in there, and none of them notice that. So like he
That's
just dropped it off. It was like I
a good
don't.
point.
How did they get that in there without notice? How do you not notice somebody just moving that big thing in there? You had to hear the forklift or something.
yeah.
So him just dropping those big ass bombs everywhere and just like, yeah, I got a couple of these and I'm just using those. Like that kind of stuck out to me a little bit. But other than that, it was like I was fine with everything that happened in the movies. Like I have no problems. Happy to see Tom Clementine's character back speaking French and kicking the crap out of people. That was good. Um people like the government being governmental. It was like I was, fine with that, even though that was kind of stereotypical a little bit. But it was like it was a fun ride. And it was like, if this was the last one, then I am, it was like it was a good franchise overall. They strung 8 movies together and all of them were just more entertaining than the last one was. So good for them.
Okay. I felt like the plane scenes reminded me a little bit of Indiana Jones with the Sean Connery one where he was in it and he had Indiana Jones in the back and they were trying to shoot around. Am I
Do any of the Mission Impossible movies remind you of anything Mission Impossible? Like all these. Do you remember? It reminds me of Peter Rabbit. This reminds me of Mash. Does any of
Hey,
this?
So
Tears
because
of the
I
Cave
am
reminded me of Watership Down,
listen,
and it was like with all of the rabbits and stuff.
because I'm able to link it to something else, and the two of y'all didn't think of it. Don't come for me, okay? So what I was going to say was I enjoyed that part, honestly. I thought that they were going to kill him off when his parachute didn't open, and then he went to pull the second one, and it didn't show that it opened initially. So I was like, okay, well, but he did what he needed to do, so Um, Dennis, keep coming for me. Um, but keep coming for me. But I thought I thought overall, like I said before, I thought the movie was really, really good. I agree with you, Casanova, about the bombs and how they got them in there. Um, I actually thought Smitty, the gentleman from the first one, when Tom Cruise came down through the top of the thing, and they brought him back, and he'd been living in Alaska, and he was like, when Tom Cruise apologized, or Ethan apologized to him, um, and he was like, for what he said, because I've ruined your life. He said it depends on your perspective. I thought that was now that skate scene I thought was really good. Um, but I thought he was also going to die a few times, like in the
I did too. I
yeah.
did too. I did too. I thought he was done. I thought the other computer guy that Ethan has on his team, Benji. I thought Benji was gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like the care that they show between the characters, like the who's the new character, the new female they got, the new woman they got.
The
She
blondie.
was trying she she was trying to do her job, but at the same time she was listening to make sure that he was okay. Right? She couldn't
Yeah,
she couldn't do whatever she was doing. She was trying to set it up so she
following
could
his
trap the thing
directions.
inside the thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was I think I like it more because they care about each other. Like in the last movie, my favorite part about the last movie is when he comes crashing through the window and she has not trusted anyone her entire life. And she's been avoiding him the entire movie. She's just been trying to get away from him. She just figures that he's lying to her, that he's not going to help her. And then when he comes to her on the train and she realizes that he is actually there for her and he's not going to let her down, and you see her realize that in real time on her face, and she starts crying, and he just nods to her like, I'm not going to leave you.
Right.
That to me was like the best part of the entire movie. So the feeling that these characters have towards one another, or the writing that they have between the characters is amazing. I mean, that's why I watch it. So I did like it for that reason. The stunts were bananas. Okay, again, the plane scene was good. It was really, really good. It was crazy. I don't know how you crawl up the side of a goddamn airplane and you don't see him
Thank
standing
you.
there. They're
Thank
just they're
you.
just
I
flying
was
along.
wondering the same thing. Right. Right.
Are you actually hiding right now, sir? No, he
Those
didn't
things
do it once. He did it twice.
twice. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yeah. Fantastic movie. I'm definitely gonna go see it again.
Well,
Um,
I have to watch it again because I feel like the scene with I'm sorry, I don't know the gentleman's name off the top of my head, but Milchick. Um, I feel like there was a lot that was discussed in that particular segment of the movie that I missed due to the child. And I'm not blaming the child. The child was doing what they had to do. It was stupid parents, but whatever. So
yeah. So this is an amazing movie. Tom Cruise outdid himself with this. Casanova, you got anything else to say about Mission Impossible?
I got nothing else to say. I think we said everything that needs to be said.
Which one,
Great
real quick?
movie.
Which one was your favorite one?
Probably for me, it was probably gonna be Ghost Protocol.
mm,
Which one was that?
I think I like that one. That was like
wasn't
I
that
think
one
that was
like
the one with
5?
yeah, I think that would have probably been like 5. So I was like, I think that was the one with the guy like showed up with Ethan, killed the girl in the record store, and told Ethan to go ahead and do like all of the other agents, and like they basically had that shadow agency that was trying to kill him and all that other stuff. So it's like I think that was my favorite one.
Mm-hmm.
But he trapped dude in a glass box at the end, and he
Leave
was
you on the comment section. Let me know which Mission Impossible was your favorite. And while you're doing that, like, share, subscribe, and also join the Discord. The link is at the top of the comment page. All you got to do is click on that, and you can talk about your favorite movies, favorite shows. We don't charge anything, none of that stuff. The world charges you enough money as it is. All you got to do is come over there and talk about your favorite movie. And if there's a show that you want to talk about and I don't have a channel for it, let me know. I will create one, and we can just sit down and talk about that. So I talk to everybody, so don't be afraid. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, leave a like, please, at least. It helps out the channel on our way to 2,000 subscribers. All right, so yeah, this one was my favorite. This, as a matter, these last two were my absolute favorite. And the one, if I had to pick another one before that, it would be with the gentleman who passed away from a heroin overdose. And they were doing, it was about the rabbit's foot. Do you remember that one?
Oh, what the third one? Was that the third one or the fourth one? Yeah, I know which one you're
Yeah, I
talking
think that's
about. But
where he
yeah,
threatened to kill his wife, or they threatened to
had
unalive his wife.
yeah, and then the chick that he thought was his wife wasn't his wife because she had on the special face or whatever it was.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really well, and I think that is the essence of these movies. Like, do you know they've been doing these movies for how long? I'm not going back to the original. I'm not going back to the original. Probably like
30 years. Like, I think it's 30 years, maybe
Yeah.
plus. Yeah.
To have a different plot be this interesting for this long, right? And to grab your attention is incredible. Like, that's difficult. Now, I think there was one bad one, and that was the one where he had to fight where he was on motorcycles in the sand. Like that.
The second one, that was the worst.
I didn't like that at all. Not at all. But the rest of them were solid. The rest of them were solid. Quick trivia question for anybody in the comment section, and you all: when did Benji? When did Benji come along? What movie did Benji come along? And what movie? What's his name? Who's the other dude? Black dude?
Luther.
When did Luther show up?
Luther show up in the second one, and then Benji was in the third one.
I think you're right because both of them have been around for a minute.
That's a good pull, but you are right about Benji. But Luther shows up later on in the first movie.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
in 1996.
Team in the first movie.
So yeah, he's been there. He's been there the entire time. Good job, Dennis. Dennis pulled it too. He got it. Luther was in the first one. Nice job.
Good job.
All right, so that's the end of Mission Impossible. If your ass ain't seen it yet, you need to go watch it. Okay, it's an amazing movie. Amazing. Yep. Right? I think we've explained that for the last 54 minutes. Hit him with some news.
All right, guys. For those of you who are game enthusiasts, Elden Ring is a dark fantasy world video game developed by From Software, released in February 2022 as an action role open world game where players can roam and explore wastelands and undead monsters. Players also have the use of weapons and magic spells, as well as access checkpoints to enable fast travel, along with other features. The game has won multiple Game of the Year awards and it has been called one of the greatest games of all time, selling more than 30 million copies. A24 has announced that Alex Garland, a prominent author, screenwriter, and director, will write and direct a live-action adaptation of Elden Ring. So my question, Smitty, I guess we'll start with you. Do you think more and more movies and shows will be game adaptations, since many of the more recent breakthroughs have been from games like Last of Us, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Resident Evil? And very quickly before you answer, just as an aside, they have more upcoming adaptations. Legend of Zelda is coming out in 2027. Death Standing is also coming out in 2027. El
What?
Paso
What was the last one you just said?
Death Standing.
Stranding.
Yeah,
Death
I'm
Stranding.
sorry. My I'm sorry, a typo. El Paso Elsewhere is to be announced. Eternal Champions also, and Riders Republic is also to be announced. But do you think that
Ah,
creators are leaning? Oh my!
ah,
Do you
yeah,
the two of you?
ah,
Do you think that
ah.
Hollywood is leaning too much on the gaming world for um for inspiration versus being able to just come up with something good themselves?
I mean, you know me. You know my saying. If as long as the story is good, if the
Mm-hmm.
story is good, the everything else will fall into place. But if you, I mean, you can absolutely mess these up. Um, I don't think it being a video game has anything to do with it as long as you can tell the story right.
Mm-hmm.
Like The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are a few missteps with The Last of Us, but overall it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, some people didn't like it. I think there are stories to be told there, especially like with Death Stranding. They could do that one, and that would be pretty decent. Elven Ring. I mean, Elden Ring. I mean, that's just a lesson in frustration, you know. But that's the hardest. That's the hardest damn game I've ever seen in my life. Somebody died 12 times right now just while I finished that sentence. That's how impossible that game was. So yeah, they could. Those games can be done. I mean, those
Mm-hmm.
games can be done. I would look forward to them again as long as the story's good. I'm down. I don't care.
Okay. What do you think, Casanova?
same. Some of them. I mean, fucking Riders Republic. It was like, what are you doing?
The
It was
two
a
of you had the
game.
very same
It was
reaction.
like it's because some of these games, it's like they'll sit there. It's like, hey, we're gonna turn this into a movie. Let's get the rights to it, and they just grabbing rights. It was like
Yeah.
some of the stuff. I mean, like Death Stranding. There's a story to that, and you probably can turn into that movie, but turn that into a movie. But the joke with that game is like you're just walking. You're a UPS delivery guy just walking around. It was like with a weird baby. It was like, it was like you want to. There's a story there, but it was like, ultimately, it's like, what are you doing? Elden Ring has a lot of lore stuff, and if you focus on one of the stories that's there, then you probably could turn into a movie, I guess. But other than that, Spitty's right. You take a wrong turn, you dead and starting over. And it's like, that's no fun. I stopped playing that. So, I mean, like Legend of Zelda, I'll be curious because I know Nintendo, there was a rumor years ago that it's like, hey, they're gonna do a Legend of Zelda movie, and then when that rumor got out there, Nintendo canceled the whole project, and then they only restarted it because the Super Mario thing worked out so well for them. So I'll be curious to see what they do with that property. But
Mm-hmm.
some of the other stuff that was listed, Mortal Kombat is just like the last movie was not good, and the fact that they doing a sequel to that movie that was not good is
Mm-hmm.
just like, all right. Like Street Fighter, I'll be curious to see how you try and do that. And but other than that, it's like if the
I'm not
story is
curious.
good, they can crack them, then fine. But there's going to be some rough goings for this stuff. It's like you can't just grab something and think it's like I can make this into something. Because I don't think so. From that list that you got. I don't see it happening.
Well, there was a very long list. That's my parse down list. I really think that they could do Zelda though without being too kitschy about it. Like I think they can do it well if they tried, right? No, Smitty shaking his head.
No, if they do it
I
like a Sonic, if they do it like a Sonic or like a Mario or something, yeah, baby. But if you try to make
No,
it
you can do it
realistic,
live action. Yeah, you don't think they can make it live action
Nah, like
and
I
good?
no,
would Zelda.
it's too campy.
Zelda, yeah, Zelda. I would like definitely. It's like I would say animated. It was like
Okay.
CGI that movie. Don't try and do live action. Would
Yeah,
be my
don't do
thing.
live
Like I
action
think
one.
you
Don't do
get
live
more.
action one.
I
Yeah,
think you get more bang for your buck if you just basically do it like a expensive cartoon as opposed to trying to do it live
Oh,
action.
Dennis Wright's
Dennis,
talking about Five Nights at Freddy, and that was
j-
one that's on the list that they are actually doing.
that
So
was a mobile game.
They ain't really
That
buckle
was
made
up.
a
it
mobile
already.
game,
They're doing it. They're
and they
doing
turned
it.
it into a movie.
They
No,
will
they
be.
already did it.
No, there's another one coming.
Yeah,
No.
There's another
yeah,
one
they're doing
coming.
another one.
Oh.
Yep.
But I was sitting there, it's
No.
like, oh no. Well, it's like, come on. It was like Among Us, you're probably gonna try and turn that into a movie. It's like, stop it. Just with
No.
some of the stuff,
Stop
just
saying no.
just
It's
leave it alone.
coming.
No.
Just let's not do it.
It was trash.
Mm,
All this neck meat.
We used to. All right.
Never mind. So yeah,
Goodness.
some of them don't need to be done, but people gonna do what they gonna do.
Okay.
So, and I'll be
All
there to
right.
talk about you. That's my
I
favorite
have
thing to do.
I have one more story that I really, really, really want to do, only because I think this is absolutely amazing. I don't care if you guys chime in or not, but I really, really have to do it.
It's probably
Um,
stupid.
it's not. It's amazing. So, accessibility to fans. There's a group called All American Rejects. I am not familiar with this group. My daughter is, but apparently, it's an American rock band created in Oklahoma in 1999. Has recently made huge waves. Because this band, well, first of all, let me give a shout out to the members. Tyson Ritter, who's the lead vocalist, Nick Wheeler, the lead guitarist, Mike Kennedy, the bassist, and Chris Gaylor, who is on drums. They have been making huge waves because they've managed to capture crazy attention with doing what some would call the most obvious thing to do by making themselves easily accessible. The rock band is choosing to forego expensive venues for their tour, and instead they are playing at venues crowdsourced by fans like houses and bowling alleys. In an interview with Vulture, Tyson Ritter, the lead singer of the band, gave readers some insight as to why they thought, excuse me, as to why they decided to go this route rather than what is seen the traditional way. Quote, I recently read something about people financing their tickets. It's the complete inaccessibility of the concert experience in 2025 and how it's juxtaposed against these wild and weird economic times. So I just wanted to, again, I just have to give a shout out to them. Again, I'm not familiar with the band, but I think it's absolutely amazing that they having their finger on the pulse and understanding what normal individuals are going through, that they are not charging two, three, four, 500+ dollars for a ticket, and they're making their true fans dreams come true by making themselves immediately available, and having the fans, like I said, crowdsource it. So Smitty, you're shaking your head, so go ahead and give me your thoughts on that.
That's impressive. You don't see much of that these days.
Hmm.
The fact that somebody's willing to take less money um, to do something like that
Hmm.
is pretty cool. Irish actually said, Smitty, would you have a concert at your house? I absolutely would.
You
I
wouldn't.
absolutely would.
You would not.
And it would be ridiculous. I would absolutely have a concert at my house. And everybody would be invited. Everybody would be invited. So yeah, man. I mean that's good. At least somebody's getting it, right? Maybe it's
Right.
starting to sink in, and people will you'll start to see more of this. Maybe people being a little bit more understanding and trying to help people save a dollar. And maybe that shit will be contagious, and maybe people
Maybe.
will get their head out of their ass and help each other.
Yeah. Casanova, quickly, what do you think?
Good for them. I mean, it was like it's a good idea. It was like hopefully other folks, follow suit. Like if it's more about the fans and not about the money, it would be nice to see. Like I don't expect to see neighborhoods destroyed because Taylor Swift is in somebody's backyard or Beyonce decided to come to the cookout or the block party or
You
something like that.
dumb.
But at the same time, it was like it would be nice if you could do those smaller venues so you ain't got to
Hmm.
spend $900 to
Hmm.
go see this person sing these songs that the fans have played on their CDs or streamed or
Mhm.
whatever it is. So, like I said,
Mhm.
good for them.
Mhm.
It's definitely a nice gesture. I'll be curious to see how this all works out.
Listen,
Yeah, I
I'd
hope
be
it works out.
happy if the 1975 just decided to do it, and because the last concert
Who?
I went to, the 1975. Don't worry about it. The last concert that I went to with them, don't worry about it. I thought their concert was. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
They
Their
did the
their
soundtrack to War Games.
their concert was awesome, and I'm like dying to go to another one of their concerts. Why are you looking it up, Smitty?
The 1975?
1975.
How do we finding these bands, man?
Anyway,
Okay. All right.
all right.
No doubt.
Anyway, so that's it, y'all. Go ahead, Smitty. You go ahead, close it out.
We appreciate y'all hanging out with us, man. Please like, share, subscribe. Join the Discord. We love having you guys here, man. We do a show on Tuesday, every Tuesday and Thursday. Thursday shows are 2 hours long, and we'll be talking about Mobland. We'll be talking about The Last of Us, and the last thing we haven't figured out yet. So we will get back to you as to what that thing will be, but definitely Mobland and The Last of Us, because I got a bone to pick with The Last of Us.
Oh,
But
right.
you'll find out about that on Thursday. We love y'all, man, and really appreciate y'all helping this channel grow. Please like, share, subscribe, enjoy the content. We love making y'all laugh, and hopefully we'll see you here on Thursday. Y'all be good.
Cheers, guys.
Have a good night, everybody.